Well, last week was surprisingly really dry. Like even drier than some of the weeks we had prior to Gamescom. So, kinda feels like the release of No Man's Sky. All the buzz, all the hype, and then crash into oblivion. Man, it was disappointing. Like really disappointing. For me at least. But I thought there was going to be big reveals or big surprises, like the Polish tech tree, or rumors of the Italian tech tree, maybe the actual frontline game mode with a 3km by 3km large ass map, HD version of that map or something, or maybe second season of personal missions or something at least. But the gimmick of this year's Gamescom is HD maps, and only 3 of them. So that was it. It kind of feels like Wargaming Fest that we had about 9 months ago, with the same stuff, the same shtick. HD maps, ooh la la, ooh la la. It's 9 months later. So welcome back folks to FlashPoint weekday update, but I waited a week to see the actual results from Gamescom. So yeah, basically nothing was actually revealed other than the HD graphics for 3 of the maps, which look fantastic. Sure, it looks fantastic, but gameplay wise, nothing's there. There's no talking of the rebalancing in 9.20.1. There were heavy focus on 9.20, but that's coming out in like tomorrow or 2 days from now. We already know about 9.20, like we already know all you know about 9.20 because there were actually test servers for that patch. So yeah, no actual stuff about what's in the works. So super disappointing, but yeah, the key focus was the 3 HD maps, Himmelsdorf, Mountain Pass, and Ridgeshire. It looks obviously amazing, sure, it looks pretty good, like a AAA made quality game. Sure, it looks amazing, astounding, superb, fine. But that was it. I mean, that's one department, that's the art department. What about the balancing? What about the gameplay focus, the mechanics? Or some of the new feature renovations or innovations for the game? No showcase of that. So, alright, but there were some Q&As as well, so the usual stuff, same old song and dance. So SSDD, but like, are you going to fix artillery or are you going to fix matchmaking? You know, we have plans, we don't have plans, it's in the works, we're not working on it. We are planning to work on it, but we cannot tell you, you know, the same old stuff, so whatever. I would like to see actual, like, in the works screenshots of vehicles or actual plans, like a diagram or diorama or whatever. But, nope. None of that, so same old shtick, sure, fine, pass. But mostly talk about 9.20 and the balancing of the vehicles, as well as the Chinese tank destroyers. We already know all about it from the test server that we already had. It's coming out tomorrow. Why are you talking about it? Why are you not talking about 9.20.1 or further down the line with the rebalancing of more vehicles like the T-34-1, T-34-2, the KV-4, the KV-5, the IS-6? There are a lot more vehicles in the game that needs balancing. Nobody talks about it, so I mean, it's like rehashed or revised or rephrased, same old stuff, so bleh, sure. Also, there are participation in on-site tournaments and a chance to face Dolph Lundgren, so that's pretty sweet, but you must say, I must break you to his face. You must say that, or make him say it, but that's the key. I must break you. It's a gigantic Swedish guy to be pretending to be a Russian dude, a Soviet Russian dude. Nice. But also, what's also disappointing at the end of the entire event is that there's no 5x weekend with a lot of the discount for tier 8 premiums or tier 8 to 10 normal tanks, other than the EU server. So here is what I'm talking about, but for the special event for Gamescom, on the EU server, they get a 5x event with a discount for tier 8 premiums, as well as normal high tier tanks from tier 8 to tier 10 and tier 6 to tier 8, sure. But we had that for the other servers last year for Gamescom. So this is last year's North America servers event for Gamescom. It's like the same stuff, so a lot of the discount and 5x. But for this year, there's nothing. Nothing. You can check the event. You can go back to the main web page, but we had nothing. No 5x. We had a 3x, but no discount. We had some emblems, but that was it. Yeah, I wanted the Strv S1 on discount for gold at least, but yeah, for last year's Gamescom, we had the actual reveal of the Swedish tech tree, so why not for the Polish tech tree this year? I don't know. I mean, some of the questions are rehashed or rephrased from last year, like artillery again, or tomatoes, or clayfish, whatever. But yeah, that was pretty much it. No Man's Skies week, release week. Crash into oblivion. I wanted to like that game, but it's so boring, god. So yeah, here are the HD maps. Himmelsdorf is pretty awesome looking, with the abundant use of lens flare. So like J.J. Abrams, yeah, lots of lens flare. Looks pretty awesome. As well as the water effect. They were talking about the water effect with the bushes and the grass. So the vegetation will be swayed by the gun physics. So if you shoot the gun, it will have a force to it, and it will push the vegetation out of the way. Same goes for the vehicle. If it's crashing on top of a tree or in a bush, it will actually like move the bush into different locations because of the weight. So that's pretty awesome. As well as the shockwave from the gun's blast of the muzzle. So that was pretty cool looking, but don't have HD pictures of that, so cannot tell you about it, but or cannot show you about it, but I can only tell you. So yeah, the maps do look pretty good. I do approve, but that's only one department. That's the HD modeling department. What about the balancing? What about the gameplay? The innovations department? Adding new stuff to the game? Nope, there were no showing of that, so oh well. I mean, you do have to appease to some of the player base or new player base because of the graphics, but I mean, you still have to focus on gameplay, guys. Gameplay is the key. Graphics, secondary. Still important, but secondary. If you don't have a good game, graphics means nothing. So yeah, Redshire looks astoundingly good. All the vegetation, all the autumn-esque of the leaves, with the shading of the orange, of the red, of the yellow. Yeah, looks pretty awesome. Looks great. AAA quality, but gameplay needs a little bit of the working, right? Tweaking, sure. Tweak and work becomes twerk, sure. But yeah, looks pretty nice. So there are new skin mods I've been playing around with, but they were talking about HD modeling of the additional content for the vehicles. Like you can add kits of additional machine guns or sandbags or mantlet covers, helmets, tools to the vehicles. So they were talking about that, but it's like the usual stuff. We have plans, but we cannot talk about it yet. So it got bypassed, but I'll post all the links to the new skins in the description below. So they look pretty nice, and they are from various authors. So Milky Man has posted a friends list on his website, and yeah, I discovered more skins that are pretty awesome looking. So go take a look, go support these modders, because they do a lot of these stuff for free, and holy crap, it's a pretty good quality work. AAA, I approve. So that's it. That's it for this week. There's nothing to talk about. It's super dry. I apologize, but there were no news. There were no news of the rebalancing buffs in 9.20.1? Nothing. Nada. I was bored all week. I was disappointed all week. Oh man. So with the focus on HD maps, our looks, everything. Yeah. It's the age-old question. Are graphics like the best thing about a game? In my honest opinion, no. You have games that are way better than their graphics. For example, Counter-Strike. That's a great game. Doesn't look as good as some of the Battlefields or Call of Duty, but hell, you have more players playing Counter-Strike than COD or Battlefield. So that's a very good example. Also League of Legends. You have little miniature like World of Warcraft models on the screen running around. And that was it. I mean, the graphics for League of Legends is not that crazy. You don't need a good computer to play it, but there's a lot more players playing it. Or for example, Crossfire. Doesn't look as good as some of the Call of Duties or Battlefield, but hell, it's making more money than World of Tanks. So yeah, our looks everything, but age-old question. I prefer something with brains. Well, everybody does, but hell, somebody thinks with penis as well. So some of you guys have mentioned about Dreadnought, which is like a 8 versus 8 spaceship battle thingamajig, which is very similar to World of Tanks, but they have different classes, like large ships compared to smaller ships, sure. But the only reason I don't play War Thunder or Armor Warfare or any of the grinding-esque of an MMO is because it takes too long to grind. So I gave up on Armor Warfare because of the balancing and directional heading for that company. So don't want to poke that with a stick. But for War Thunder, the only reason I don't play it is because it takes too long to grind. Like really too long. And you get one-shotted all the time, so you have the camp in the back. So I want to like War Thunder, but it's too RNG for me. So I cannot actually rely on my armor in some cases, because sometimes you get pinned from a very small caliber gun, like an 85mm from a T-34-85 against the mantlet of a mouse. And you get ammo rack on the first hit. And you blew up. And you drive like 10 minutes back into the battle after you respawn. Oh god. So yeah, personal preference. It's not a bad game, but yeah, is the look, the graphic, the most important aspect of a game. So yeah, I'll take a look at Dreadnought, but as well as Terraria. But I heard of Terraria. It's like a 2D Minecraft-esque of a builder. My friends play it, but there's only one game, actually two games, that I really want to replay right now. The first one is Silent Hill 2, because we just talked about Akira Yamaoka collaborating with Wargaming, and he is one of the gods of making audio. So he done all of the early Silent Hill audio, and it's creepy, it's atmospheric, it's emotional. I love the guy. He's a wizard. He's amazing. So I want to play Silent Hill 2. It's my favorite, one of my favorite games, but there's no copy on Steam. So Konami, you piece of... Yeah, sure. And the second one is this game right here. So Operation FlashPoint Cold War Crisis. One of my favorite games. I have the gold collection or gold edition right here, but you cannot get it on Steam. There's no actual copy on Steam. I tried to run this with my current computer. The current RAM is too good for this game. It doesn't even register, so I can't even run it. Damn it. But yeah, graphics is not everything in my honest opinion. But there you go, folks. Flashpoint for last week that I'm doing right now because I want to get all the inside scoop about Gamescom and I get disappointed. So Thank you guys for watching this episode. Try to leave more questions in the comment section below for me to answer on Friday, presumably. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.